Now we're going to continue by installing the power supply. Now this supply simply mounts in the chassis, like so, slides towards the rear, and we have 4 screws to attach at the rear, and in this one there's also 1 screw on the side. So with the power supply in place, I'm now going to attach the screws. With all 4 screws attached in the back, I'm now going to lift the case up and install the remaining screw in the side here. Not all systems have a screw like that. Okay. At this point, the power supply is secured in position, and now what I need to do is to make all the connections. So what I'm going to do at this point is connect the connections both to the motherboard and to the drives. Now let me get these connections ready here. To the motherboard, we're going to have in a modern PC at least 2 connections. There is one 20-pin main connector, and then the 4-pin ATX12V connector, which is used to power the voltage regulators for the processor. These are the most critical connections. Some motherboards, but not too many, some may have this auxiliary 6-pin connector that goes to the motherboard as well. So there can be up to 3 connections to the motherboard like this. The rest of these connectors are for disk drives or other peripherals. Now this particular power supply has a generous supply of these connectors. Here's one string of connectors with 2 larger auxiliary connectors and 1 small one for a floppy drive. Here's another one with what looks like 2 more auxiliary power connectors, good for hard drives or CD-ROMs, doesn't matter. And then finally here's another one with 2 more, plus another floppy drive style connector. And then lastly, one with 3 more auxiliary connectors. So we could have quite a few drives attached to this machine. This power supply will support a lot of drives with power. Now some high-performance video cards, like the one we're going to use, will also use one of these connections. Now you could perhaps connect all of the drives to one string like this, for example, if we had 3 drives to plug in, but it's probably best to distribute them among the cables as much as possible. So I'm going to plug in these connections right now.